My name is Raefer Wallis. I'm an architect by training, but have been specialized in sustainability for the past 20 plus years. I'm also the founder of the Reset Standard. What is the Reset Standard? It's a standard for quantifying the impacts of sustainability and regeneration in projects and in products. You do a project and you end up with gold, silver, platinum, good, better, best, outstanding, and then eventually ask yourself, what does that actually mean? What are my actual carbon emissions? What's my rate of circularity? What's my level of health? And how do I actually improve that? To answer those questions, you need to measure. And so Reset was created in order to answer those very hard questions of coming up with real data. And so that real data is designed to help companies and products just improve, knowing where their weaknesses are, how to improve. And once you have that, how to compare with your peers. So it's possible to say exactly how much better a product or a project is on carbon, circularity, and health. It really is the data. It's the ability to measure the impact of projects. And by now, we've been doing it so many years that we have a very large data set of results, which allows companies to benchmark themselves. And that's really one of the most powerful elements. So if we're doing a chair, for example, or tables, such as those behind us, we can give a result in terms of total sustainability and regeneration. In order to achieve that, I think that highlights one of the other key distinctions of Reset, is one, to be able to measure, you need the data, and then you need the software, and then the standard in order to make sure things are measured the same. So Reset's the only standard in the world that integrates all those elements in order to make this possible. Right now, we're seeing retail projects who, after finally being able to measure their carbon footprint, their rates of circularity. LVMH is one of the fashion groups taking leadership on this topic, primarily with measuring the carbon footprint of the stores, retail interiors, as well as we're helping them measure the circularity and health. And that is really to set the baseline, to understand where are we, so that we can identify in the future which materials can be better recycled, how do we source materials that will be able to recycle or biodegrade in the future, eventually looking at how those connections are put together. We work right now in about 18 to 20 different countries, so that gives us a very good global perspective. The most advanced region is Europe. But it's a really interesting dynamic because Europe is the most advanced in terms of requirements, but for a lot of these large European fashion companies, the main part of their business is in Asia. And so even though Europe is the most advanced in terms of standards and regulations, those companies are having to report on projects in Asia. So it's the projects typically in China, Hong Kong, the greater Asia region that are the most advanced in terms of knowing what materials they're using, the selection of those materials, things like design for disassembly. because it's simply where these brands have the largest amount of business. Compared to Europe, where it's more even, and mostly because of the regulations in place, where in Europe it's of course the most advanced in the world. So the brands are more even. Whereas when we find brands in China, it's typically because there's a very strong leader at the top of that brand. One of the most sustainable luxury brands, high-end brands in the world, as per our data, is a Chinese brand. It's not a European brand. And that's largely because of the founder. The largest opportunity between Reset and the Between Conscious program and platform is the ability to better guide fashion brands on how to measure, select the right materials, and weave sustainability into their craft, make it part of the culture.